Hello again. First of all, apologies to all the subscribers to G11 Outdoors. I haven't been doing much content at all. I've been focusing on my other channel and working and all of the other things that, you know, one has to do in normal life. I'm not retired, I'm not wealthy, you know, money does matter, time does matter. I don't have all the time in the world. It's hard enough just keeping up with one channel. 2 channels, yeah, it's a bit of a mission. But I'm really going to try and focus now on doing a whole lot more content for G11 Outdoors. Admittedly, there was a period there, I don't want to sound like I'm making excuses, but there was a lot of really crap weather around for quite a while. And then I was really busy with work, so that precluded me from doing much content. Yeah. Now, I just did, I went 1/3 of the way into the Bambaroo track and then came out. I was carrying my much loved fluid, well, it's a motorbike pack, but I use it as a day pack. Just bring up more stuff that I was carrying. What's it there? Oh yeah, batteries. So in the pack I had there's a 2 litre. I don't remember if it's 2 litre or 3 litre. I think it's a 2 litre. I mean, it's 2 litre, yeah, it's a 2 litre bladder in there. And I was carrying 3 of these, which are, how many litres? 1.5 litres of water, which I wanted to cache some water along the track because I don't think there's any standing water. It's extremely mountainous, not only because it's in the mountains, but not what like people in Europe and probably North and South America and even Asia would consider mountains, but it is mountainous terrain, and there's really no standing water there that I saw. I got 1/3 of the way in. I had a look. I plotted where I was. 1/3 of the way, I found a nice clear spot and plotted where I was. I was 1/3 of the way in. And I laid 2 caches of these down for when I do actually go all the way to Paluma Dam on the Bambaroo track. I'll have water just in case. So, speaking of hydration, I'm going to have a beer because I'm really pretty much knackered, and I'll tell you why. But I'm having this is Steinlager, New Zealand beer. Oh, I needed that. Yeah, I'm knackered. So I haven't done any hiking for God knows how long. Months and months. So I'm pretty well out of shape. As you'll see in the video, you'll see what a gut I've got. But, so I didn't want to go too far because I know that, you know, going in, I felt great. I started off pretty huffed and puffed. But once I got into it, I didn't really stop once. Actually, I stopped. Yeah, well, I stopped twice. Once, well, twice to stash the water, but it wasn't to rest, and I didn't really spend it. You can't, like on that track at the moment. Unlike last time when I went in, you can't stop anywhere for very long because you get absolutely swarmed by mosquitoes. I mean, there were a lot of mosquitoes. And that top garment that I was wearing, they were just going straight through it, so it was really irritating. I'll just say that as a hat, I tried this out. This is the Mountain Designs Tumba. I won't put it on. It looks really silly. Like, you look like a real dweeb wearing this, but it's actually really, really effective. You definitely keep the sun off your neck and off the back of your head. Even though there's no need to wear this, just a peak hat would do. Although it's good to like keep the mozzies off as well, because I think there was only like one or two spots, well, a couple of spots where I actually got sunlight hitting me. It's very much a total canopy. Not total, but as you'll see, it's pretty dark until the sun comes out, and then I hit a couple of sort of clear spots. Now, I didn't film the trip up to the Vodafone Tower, which is where the start of the track is, the Bambaroo track. I probably should have, but I didn't. The last time that I drove up there, the track was relatively speaking good. This time, it's extremely in really poor condition. It's obviously there's a lot of ruts. There's a lot of track that's washed, you know, where you've got ruts washed into the track, and yeah, if I had known how rough it was, I wouldn't have driven up there. I don't think. The fact that I made it up there tells me that, yeah, all right, my vehicle doesn't have any problem getting up there. But you know, that's actually on private land. That track is actually on, that track that goes up to the Vodafone Tower is actually on private land, and the actual landowner is not all that keen on people driving up there, even though, as you'll see from my phone footage, there were several vehicles besides mine. There were like 4 vehicles besides mine, and 2 of those were technicians working on the tower, and like there was 3 other guys, 4 other guys who were paragliders. It's a big paraglider launch pad. And the strange thing about that track that I walked on is that it's maintained. It is not maintained by Queensland Parks. It's actually maintained by one of the guys that owns the guy that owns the land that the tower and the track are on, the track up to the tower. He owns all that land, and he maintains that Bambaroo track, which is really weird. He's obviously got a lot of time for bushwalkers if he's going to do that himself. What I'd really like to do is contact him, find out who exactly he is. All that I know is that his first name is Dieter, so he's obviously German or of German descent. I'd like to get in contact with him and just say, hey, you know, I'll take a machete with me or a saw, you know, and do a little bit of pruning here and there just to keep the track clear, because it was getting overgrown. There was a lot of wader wile around. There's a lot of vine tendrils going across the track, you know, young tendrils crossing the track, as you'll see. Yeah, it was in a lot better shape than the last time I walked that bit, so it wasn't as good. But anyway, I'm talking way too much. So what did I take with me? Well, you always got to take a hat. So I tried out the Tumba. It works, it's good. You look like a complete wanker, but yeah, it works. Yeah. So I always take some form of ignition. So this is I can't remember, elemental fire steel. works. Yeah, it works. Alright, so that works. Some spare batteries for the action cam. My Leatherman. That you never know when you're going to need a Leatherman. Petzl headlamp. You never know. Something might have happened to me. I might have got stuck in there overnight. It's nice to have a fucking torch. The radio, the old Baofeng UV9R. There's 9 watts of serious power there. Yep, so I can get on any one that I want to with that. Just in case, always take the life straw with me. Some insect repellent. I knew I was going to need that. I didn't use it. Some electrolyte. I didn't use it because I actually drank electrolyte before I took off. My lovely Ontario Knife Company Model 1 in D2 steel. What a knife. It's, oh yeah, look at that, still shaving sharp, and I haven't touched that for ages. Very nice. Always got to take a knife. I mean, there's a knife in the Leatherman as well, but a proper knife. The PLB, personal locator beacon, don't go anywhere without that, and a first aid kit. This is a jungle first aid kit. Jungle first aid. Yeah, it's the first aid kit, and one pole. Why did I only take one pole? Because I only had one pole. I thought I'd actually purchased another set of poles because the other pole I actually busted. I actually broke it. Whether that's just because it was a shit pole or it's a Denali, so it should be alright. But I thought I'd actually bought another set, and for the life of me I can't find them. Yeah. So, and I've looked everywhere, so they're not here, so I obviously didn't buy them. I thought I did buy a pair, but I was probably looking at some and didn't want them. Another drinky. Cheers. So, what you're going to see in the morning, like early in the morning, actually I wanted to go at dawn fishing, beach fishing. I didn't go at dawn, I went slightly afterwards, about 6 o'clock. So I did a spot of beach fishing, and I discuss, so I'm fully vaxxed now. I did that yesterday, I got the second jab. So I discuss why I got fully vaxxed. It's not because I have any particular faith in the vaccine. I don't think it's going to make any difference whatsoever. But for myself, because I'm 100% healthy and I don't get sick, and yeah, I'm not in a risk category, so yeah, complete waste of time. But because number one, vaccine doesn't stop you from getting COVID. It doesn't stop you from spreading COVID. So what's the point? Or there's less chance of you going into hospital. I seriously doubt. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if I've already had it and didn't even know. Okay, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Because I actually wouldn't mind taking a test, and if they say to me, "Hey, well, actually, it's too late now," I should have done a test just before the first jab. But that first jab was a bit of a sort of a, hey, you know what? One of the other guys said, "I'm going to go get the jab," so that the Pfizer, because you got a 3-week wait, and the 17th, it's what is it, 16th now. The 17th of December is sort of like this cut-off time, with as far as the Queensland government is concerned. Then you're going to be, if you're not fully vaccinated, you're going to be restricted from this, and that. And, but it's also because of work. We do have to travel interstate, and I think a lot of the mine sites are going to mandate that you have to be fully jabbed. And sooner or later, probably booster as well. It's a waste of time, like I said. Probably. I'm not anti-vax. I'm just, yeah, I just think it was rolled out the wrong way. So anyway, you are going to see, and then so after the fishing, and I discuss vax and that, you'll see me traipsing around in the bush, the Bambaroo track. I got a third of the way, placed 2 of these, and not totally visible, but I know where they are. And then you'll see the footage of me going downhill in the patrol down that track. And I don't know if you're really going to get a true sense of just how rough that track was. It's a serious four-wheel drive track. So I don't know whether you're going to get anything out of this. Maybe, hopefully. But because I do a lot of talking. Yeah, I talk too much. I'm full of shit. Most people will tell me, and they're probably right most of the time. But I hope you get something out of it. So I'll be doing a lot more G11 outdoor stuff, and I'll see you later. All right. Had to there's a service vehicle. So if you know North Queensland at all, you know where I am. I'll turn it this way. You know where I am, because that is one of the longest jetties in the world, I think. That is 7 kilometres there. Man, I tell you what. And it's a offshore loading facility for sugar. Now, when they built that, sugar must have been worth a shitload, because I doubt at today's prices that they'd even bother. And I think it's well past its use by date, but they just keep it going, because I think there was even an potential iron ore mine that wanted to buy it and offload iron ore. So you're not allowed on it, well, except for the people who work on it. You're not allowed on it, but the general public, you're not allowed on it, and you're not allowed under it, because those piles are coated with, even though that coating isn't working very well on that pile, to stop the rust. And if you rub up against it with a boat, you'll take that coating off. But I think it's only a matter of time before it's condemned. But anyway, so I've got some bait. I did a bit of an experiment. So in there I've got mullet. Those mullet have survived all night. So I got them yesterday, and I wanted to run a little experiment. So I've got this sort of big plastic black sort of washing tub bucket affair. So I had the aerator going, and so this is fresh seawater now. I had the aerator going all night, keeping them alive. 3 did die, but they were sort of, there's a 2 or 3 that will always die for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe they get shit caught in their gills or something. But yeah, I got up this morning. That aerator lasts a lot. It goes for a long time. The batteries go for a long time. Must be just a very small motor. And so they lasted all night. So I instantly had bait. So I'm going to put one of them on the hook, and then I'm going to see how I go. There's my rod, beach rod. So we'll see how we go in a minute. Okay. So sitting here. The bait that I've got out is probably too big for the spot that I've got it, which is under the sugar jetty. If something does swallow it, it's going to be more than likely a barramundi, something with a big mouth. It's either going to be a barramundi or, I don't know, big catfish or something. It wasn't a huge mullet, live mullet, but it was big enough to pose a problem for, like, I don't know, grunter. Grunter's not going to take that. Grunter is, I'm not sure what I don't know. It's a species of fish that's a member of the Lutyanid family, which is the same as jacks and emperors, I think, and I think it's the same family as emperors. watching that rod. I think a barra did have a go at it. I pulled it out of the water before and it seemed to be missing some scales. Could have been a catfish, could have been anything. I don't know. A catfish would have just swallowed it, so it was probably barramundi. Because it's the middle of summer and yeah, the barramundi are really, really easy to catch at the moment. What I wanted to talk about was COVID. Yeah, something that everyone's interested in now. Not sick of it at all. But yesterday I went and got the second shot. And to be honest, I think it's a complete waste of time for me anyway, because I'm in perfect health. Even though I'm 56 years old, I take no medication, I have no underlying medical issues, you know. My medical condition is constantly being scrutinised because of work. Constantly getting tested for drugs and alcohol. Like, we're probably the most tested profession in the world. And people might say, well, if you think it's a waste of time, why did you get it? Well, the way that things are going with restrictions, with travel restrictions, and now it's going to be with work restrictions, because apparently some work fronts are asking for evidence of vaccination for any potential contractors to be on site. So, and especially interstate, if you want to travel interstate, you got to be vaccinated. It's just that simple. But I don't think it has any real value for persons like myself who are in good health. Obviously for risk individuals, yeah, there's a benefit to vaccination, but the way they've rolled it out, it's not a surprise that you're getting these weird ass variants come about, because when you flood the market with some sort of therapeutic product, whatever the disease is, it'll develop the resistance to it. If you flood, like on a global scale, like they have, like it has been, then yeah, that's the inevitable result. And I've seen interviews with I think it was a Dr. Robert Malone, who is one of the people who helped develop the mRNA vaccine, and he said realistically it should have only been frontline emergency personnel, health workers, and people with underlying health conditions, who like reduced immunity and that, who should have been given it, and everyone else should have, you know, stuffed it out like a flu. Because you know, I know quite a few people who swear by getting the flu jab every year, and I've never had the flu jab, and I don't get the flu. So go figure. Everybody's different, you know. But I think so. The one and only reason that I got double vaccinated is because of work and travel. You know, at some stage or other, I do want to go down south to see friends and relatives in Melbourne, which is going to be impossible if I'm not vaccinated. Number one. Well, that's number two. Number one is work. I've got to eat, you know. So, and work they did actually send out an email saying, if you have a passport, please send us evidence of your vaccination, of your double vaccination. Well, so on the last day of the last job that I did, myself and the guy who was my supervisor, he was discussing it. He said, I'm going to go and get vaccinated, and I said, yeah, because there's a deadline on the 17th of December, a sort of deadline, and here in Queensland, I don't know about anywhere else, and with the Pfizer vaccine you're going to have to wait 3 weeks. So we were leaving, and we're at Mount Isa. We're leaving Mount Isa on the 23rd of November. We went in, we got the Pfizer, and yesterday was 3 weeks, and I got the second jab. No side effects other than your arm's a little bit sore where it's, you know, where you got hit. The first jab that I got at Mount Isa was painful. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think she was very good. Or the need, it was a big. I don't know where she hit me with it or what, wrong muscle or something. But this one here, I can honestly say that I almost didn't feel it at all. So that was good. But it is still sore, and it's probably going to be sore for a few days. It's just how it is. Certainly not as bad as when I was in the military, when we were going overseas to Asia, Southeast Asia, and we got 12 different vaccinations in 2 weeks. So we got 3 in each arm, one week, and or over a week, and then a week later we got another 3 in each arm. So 12. Let me tell you, I couldn't lift my arms above my head. Yeah, that was serious. But anyway, I'm not anti-vax. I just don't think there's any serious beneficial. You know, if I'm going to get a biological agent injected into me, there's got to be a beneficial reason. There's got to be a benefit. And to be honest, with all the evidence that's out there, I don't think there was any benefit, or is any benefit to me. It doesn't stop you from getting it, because there was a whole bunch of people just recently who were on a plane, or I don't know, there was somewhere or other, there was some hot spot, and they were all double vaccinated and they all got it. So it doesn't stop you from getting it. It doesn't stop you from spreading it. So, you know, and they say, oh yeah, but it'll reduce the risk of you being hospitalised. I just dropped my glasses in the sand, dang. Yeah, but if you don't have any, you know, if you're not prone to getting flus and you're not a sickly person, there's virtually no point. There's virtually no chance of you getting hospitalised anyway. And the thing is that if you have a look at the numbers, I know that you can look at the numbers any way you want, but the vast majority of the people who are hospitalised were not well. They were old, they were very old, or not well to begin with. So, yeah, I don't know. The whole thing's just been an easy political solution to, you know, ease panic. Look, if you get this stuff injected into you, it'll fix everything. Everything will be fine. I think it's just to placate the population, to be honest, which I understand. I know how people think. I know how people tend to panic. You know, and you can't have the majority of the population panicking. But anyway, I just want to discuss that. So I've been double vaccinated. I'm not anti-vax, but you know, like I said, there's got to be a benefit, and I don't think there really is any benefit as far as I'm concerned. Not to me, and people like me who are in good health. So, anyway, I'll get back to fishing. Right, well, nothing happening on the fish front. There's my rod. See my rod sit there. And a little bit of movement, and that's just the bait. So it's going to be a beautiful day. Too good to waste. Was going to mow my backyard, which is a lot of mowing with a push mower. But I think I'm going to go for a bit of a traipse up the Bambaroo track. Put a few water caches down, because as I've said before, I have no idea what the water situation is. I'll definitely take some insect repellent, because by golly, I have no doubt there's going to be a few mozzies around. Might not be, but there's been a bit of rain around recently, and it definitely rains up there more often. So I think I'm gonna call it a day with the fishing, and I'll go have a walk up the Bambaroo track, and I'll incorporate it in with this video. I didn't bring my action cam for this one. I'm not bothered, but I'll definitely be wearing it when I go up the track later on today. I'm just gonna pop into Centrelink, which is our government welfare sort of office thing where Medicare is housed, and just because I was trying to link my Medicare card with my MyGov account here in, I think everywhere in Australia, I don't know. Here in Queensland anyway, we've got a thing called MyGov, which if they've got a problem with you in any way, shape or form, the government, with, in particular the tax office, they'll send you a message so that it's a private, confidential message within the MyGov, within your MyGov account. I don't know why they send you an email to tell you that there's a message. So I don't know why they just don't give you the message in the email. But anyway, so I was trying to link my Medicare card and my what's it called, my medical history or whatever it is to MyGov, and it just kept saying not insufficient information. Well, you fill out what needs to be filled out, and you go next, and it says, oh, there's insufficient information, so I've got to go and see. Anyway, I'm going to go from here. Here's my finger. I'm going to go from here to switching my rod. Yeah, it's just a bait. I'm going to go from here, have a shower, go see that mob, see why I can't connect my Medicare card to the MyGov account, and then get that fixed, and then I'll go up Bambaroo track. So I'll see you later. Right, I just threw the mullet that I had on here into the water. It's probably going to die anyway, because barramundi were definitely interested in him, or her, whatever, because like, and I'm not exaggerating. There we go. The seagull just took him. The one in the front got him. See that? But or a tern, actually, not a seagull. But he did not have a scale on him, and I mean, not one scale. He was just the scale was just totally sucked off him. That's what barramundi do. They'll mow them and they'll suck them and just basically descale them. But if they're really cagey. If they're not happy, they just won't swallow it. They'll just muck around with it. It's really weird. But anyway, all right, I'll get going.
Yeah, I understand that, yeah. I probably would have just put fucking... Yeah, that would have adjusted the hours anyway. Yeah. You dump another cycle now, see if we get it up and running. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. One more bell to your left there, man. Yeah, I thought so. That's it.
Oops.
Well, now, yeah, it's blowing up, so... Want to be able to get up and get to that cloud.
Oop.
I hesitated, I felt it load up and then I felt it unload and I went, no, I'll pull it up. 20, 30, 25 hours each.
Yep.
Sean will be up around 100 plus.
Right. Yeah, I'm not all that keen on.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I was the kid that always jumped off the shed roof
Where?
with a beach umbrella, you know,
Yeah.
and the big cape.
Yeah.
Never worked too well, but
Yeah. Or the wings made out of styrofoam.
that's right.
Yeah, no, not me. You know, I've rappelled out of a helicopter, but that's about as daring as I get. I was still attached. Yeah, I had a bunch of mates who wanted me to go skydiving with them.
No, I've
This
never
is
done,
back.
Never done that.
This was back in the 80s, and it was in Brisbane, or near Brisbane, and they were using P1 chutes, which is the military chutes.
The old
Yeah,
round ones.
yeah, the old round ones.
Yeah.
And I said, oh no, I'm not too keen on that. Anyway, yeah, they said, no, it's perfectly safe. Anyway, I think one dislocated his knee, and the other one broke a leg because you really got to get a handle on landing into the wind.
My wife's younger sister, did that in Auckland.
Yeah.
Someone bought her for a birthday, a skydive. She did it on a really windy day. It was put off.
Yeah.
And it was a windy day, and they landed in a glass house.
Oh no.
Landed on a glass house and then into that yard, and then she got attacked by a dog.
Oh no.
My wife's sister. She got given a skydiving for a birthday.
Yeah, bugger that.
That's where they landed. Too windy up there. Sort of going fast into a glass house, and then on the ground got attacked by an alsatian.
What happened to her?
I got bitten in the hand, and I think she broke. Some.
Didn't get all cut up by the...
Yeah, she did. Yeah. Dislocated some hip or something like that.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, you know. Anyway.
Well, I used
That's
to
her one and only first time jump.
I used to live 2 kilometres from one of the biggest I don't know if it's still there. It was the biggest I think it was the biggest skydiving club in the Southern Hemisphere. Commando Skydivers, Pakenham in Melbourne, outside Melbourne.
Okay.
It was a huge club. They had 2 twin props, a couple of single engines. I think they had something like 300, 400 members at least. I'm not sure the exact numbers. But they used to pancake probably one every 6 months. And they weren't, you never saw it in the news, you never saw it in the bigger papers, you only saw it in the local paper. It all kept hush-hush, I don't know why. And these were guys with like 1,000 jumps, 2,000 jumps, 800 jumps. They weren't amateurs, they weren't beginners.
Well, that's like you see that with those base jumpers, they pancake.
They're crazy. Now they are crazy. Yeah. Well, it must have been like 10 years ago or more. Yeah. I think a couple of guys went off Wallerman Falls.
Oh yeah.
And one of them unsuccessfully.
Oh.
I think apparently he lived. I think he had a streamer or something. The chute didn't open properly and he hit the bottom and lived apparently. They had a hell of a time getting him out of there with chopper and whatnot.
Yeah, okay. I've flown a chopper up, what's that, Blenco.
Yeah.
Blenco up.
Blenco, yeah.
Kendi run.
Yeah. I tried to drive up there. Not a chance.
That's the Herbert.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah, it flows into the Herbert there.
Yeah.
Actually, that's an awesome gorge in there.
Yeah. I'll try again, I think. Oh, that's not filling up. I don't think I'm going to witness it. I've got to go for a walk.
Crosswind.
Sunburnt, yeah.
Hot.
You got a headwind. Yeah, that looks looking good. That looks good. Yay! Nice.
That was good, looked like.
Yeah. That
Got
looked
that
good.
right part of the cycle. It was nice.
Alright. Well, that was interesting. I just ran into a bunch of paragliders, and they were telling me some interesting things. Now I did drive up here, but it is private property, and yeah, I think the owner actually maintains the track, apparently, and his name's Dieter, and yeah, I didn't realise that it was privately owned, but where the Vodafone tower is, where the start of the track is privately owned. Now, the track is in really bad shape. Yeah, it's in really bad shape. Like, that first time that I drove up here, it was pretty good, but man, it's a mess. It's dangerous. The problem is that that's an interesting plant. Look at that. Yeah. No idea what that is. Like, once you commit, that's it. You're committed. You can't turn around. There's nowhere to turn around at all. You might have had a chance before when the track was in good shape, the first time I drove up, but this time it is an absolute mess. It's downright dangerous. So if you're thinking about driving up here at the moment, currently, don't do it. Yeah, I regretted it. Once oh, I'm not got a low battery alarm. No. Yeah, I got a low battery. Okay, I've changed. Oh no, it's half battery. I don't know what it's blinking about. Yeah, like, it was a mission getting up here. Now, there was, as you can see from the phone footage I took, there was another 4 vehicles. 2 of them were service vehicles and 2 of them were paragliders. And I was saying to him, yeah, tracks rat shit. And he said, yeah, I know. We only try and use 1 vehicle to get up there. And I was like, yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, but man, this is a tight track, and have a look at this. It's like something. Look at that. It's like something a hobbit would live in. Now, yeah, I was talking to one of the guys and I said, I don't know if I filmed that, where I said, what is the distance to the dam? Because he said to me, oh, you're going to the dam? I said, that's Paluma Dam. And I said, no, I'm just going to lay some water caches, because I'm a bit, I think the water situation, might sit down and just talk, the water situation is a bit questionable. And he said, yeah, there are a couple of creeks that you cross. Plus I'm puffed out. I haven't done any hiking for that long. He said, yeah, you do cross a couple of creeks, but it's a guessing game whether there's any water in them. Whew. Man, so might just switch off for now, because that's rough going. Because I've got about 10 litres of water on my back. That's 10 kilos alone. and all the other shit I carry. Just emergency stuff. My PLB. Got the first aid kit. Got I've got it on this side. Got radio and I think insect repellent there. I got the bottle just in case I do encounter shitty water. But that's the sort of thing I've got to look forward to. So I'm going to switch off for now till I get a little bit further. Righto. Oh, fuck. That's steep. Can't stop for too long. Get attacked by mosquitoes, but I just ran into, on this track, I just ran into a bush turkey, a brush turkey. I don't know what their proper name is, but it's they're black. They got the red head. They look pretty much, I don't know where he's gone. They look pretty much like a turkey, sort of. They don't have the stripy colours on the feathers. They're just black. Yeah, he took off, or she, whatever. Yeah. But man, it's humid. It's not that hot right now, but it is humid. And I'm suffering, not having done any hiking for so long, and then doing this track, which is pretty full bore. It's pretty clear that the guy who supposedly maintains it, Dieter, I don't know, I think Wilfred, there's another guy, Wilfred, his neighbour, I think they both do it. And I don't think they've walked it for a while because there's stacks of vine tendrils hanging over the track. Now I've got to get over this thing. I'm just going to sit on it and twist. Take my reference from that. But, there we go. All right. I'm hoping this levels out at some time. Oh look, a toad. Bloody toads. What are you doing here? You know what? That's the first toad I've seen on any of the tracks any time that I've walked them. He's here. The one and only toad. I should have killed him, but I didn't. One of the few animals that I will kill on sight. They are destructive to the Australian environment. If you love the Australian environment and you love Australian fauna, then toads should be enemy number one, at least in the top half of Australia where they're prevalent. I don't know how far down south they've gone, but they're not good. Toads and cats are the worst, without exception. If we got rid of all the toads and all the cats in Australia, it would ensure the longevity of a lot of different species. Man, these mozzies are biting straight through this Cedarburg shirt. Straight through it. I don't feel like taking a rest. I'm not totally puffed out. I haven't sat down yet, so I've just been going full bore. Man, you got some really precarious spots. Like typically you're going uphill on an angle. So it's a bit dodgy. I've only got one pole, but I sort of screwed up. I don't know. I remember this spot. I don't know what happened.
this is the pole that that I kept after I broke one. They do break. But I'm pretty sure that I did buy another set, and for the life of me I couldn't find them, Could not find them. So what I'm going to do pretty soon, because I reckon I've gone at least a couple of k's, is another toad. God damn you. What I'm going to do is find somewhere safe, stash one of the bottles of water, and I'll do what the local natives used to do. Or I don't know about the local natives here, but in certain places what they used to do was build a little can of stones, a little pile of stones, to indicate that there was a cache or a water source. Well, water source. I didn't cache anything, as far as I know. So I'll put that somewhere prominent so I can see it. And I'm just wondering where I'm going to stash this water bottle. I might, I don't know, put it behind. I'll put it behind this tree, this buttress, the buttress of that tree, that one there, maybe, or put it inside the buttress of this tree. Yeah, maybe. Let's have a look. Yeah. I've got to stash one soon. I can't get carrying him all forever. Not much point. So I'll might put it behind that pile of stones. Look, another toad. God damn you! There's heaps of mosquitoes here. So I'll put one bottle right there. Picked a hell of a spot where all the mosquitoes are to stop. But so yeah, I'll chuck it right there. Oh man, Aussies. There's a hell of a lot of mosquitoes here. Yeah, nasty. I'm having trouble moving this thing. Man, there's, oh, look at that. Oh, there's just a hive of mosquitoes here. As soon as you stop, bang. One just went up my nose. I'm going to put the bottle there. And quickly get my shit together and get the hell out of Dodge. Man, I'm getting hammered by mosquitoes now. Oh no. Bad spot to stop. Here's a tip. If you're going to stop, just stop for a second and just see how many mosquitoes there are. Because if there's a lot, don't stop. And I got this upside down, inside out, whatever. Idiot. Who cares? Now I've got a wader bile vine tangled around my legs. Check it out. That thing. That's called wader bile. I'm gonna let go. Alright, so to mark, this is the spot. I'm gonna build up a little pile of stones here. And maybe unearth, what's that? Nothing. Unearth a snake. But That's going to let me know with a stick in the middle, like that. That is going to let me know that there is some water there. Man, I'm getting eaten alive. I'm not joking. I'm getting the hell out of here. Holy shit. Batman. Wow. So where's the track? Where is the friggin' track? Might be down there. Is it down there? I can't see the next marker. Or is it? Looks like it's up there. Alright. I'm just waiting around again, getting me eaten. Yeah, it looks like it's up there. I really doubted that it'd be downhill. It's always Dieter and Wilfred, or Alfred, whatever his name is, Wilfred. Haven't been along the track for a while. There's a lot of crap here. Shit. A brick. Deadfall there. Deadfall here. There's deadfall everywhere. So that's my first water bottle. And I should have brought some marker paint with me. But I didn't want to make it too obvious. You know. I don't want anyone who's any bushwalker who's too observant to steal my water. I'll put this strap back on. You know, if you're an observant bushwalker, you are going to notice that that pile of stones. Come close. Seriously. Yeah, but I think most people are so buggered. I think it's, man, Mozzie. By the walk that they're really not observing what's around them. They're more concerned with what's, yeah, with other things. So, I don't know why I put that ribbon there. There's a lot of fruit. I don't know what this fruit is, but it's clearly being eaten. There's tons of it. Have a look at it. There's a lot of it on the floor. So the tree is obviously right here. Oh, look at that. It's just growing straight off it. That's really weird. Man, I'm being hammered by mosquitoes again. So I keep walking. I don't think I'm going to go all that far. I'm hoping that I'll get about halfway and I'll stash another bottle. Speaking of which, I need a drink. How much battery have I got? Yes, I've got half the battery. Alright, drinky. Oh yeah. Stupid me. Got a bag of ice in the car and forgot to put ice in this thing. This bladder. What an idiot. Hopefully, in between the time that I stash this water and when I come back, if I need to employ it, it'll still be here. So, still climbing. Still climbing. Still getting hammered by mosquitoes. I haven't seen any standing water anywhere, but they're obviously finding moisture somewhere to survive. And I'm starting to fade. Man, as soon as I stop moving, they're into me. So, I've got to either keep moving forward or go back. I'll go forward a bit further. Hopefully, this is hopefully it'll level out a bit. Man, it's just been uphill pretty much all the way. Yeah, sorry about the shit camera work, but yeah, I'm being tested in a perverse way. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, something about physical exertion in the wilderness that really is satisfying, as opposed to in a building. Yeah. I reckon I could be a Sherpa. They're amazing. Those people are so tiny. They carry ridiculous weights. 50 kilos on their backs. You know, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, my wish is not coming true. Still going uphill. And like, the cover is so, the foliage is so dense that I can't actually see what's up ahead, whether I'm going to be going uphill, downhill, or otherwise. But be sure of one thing, it ain't going to be level. So a bit of downhill movement now. Now I've gone past where I got last time, and I know that because I don't recognise this. I don't recognise this at all. So I might just switch off for now. I'm just babbling away, and this is getting boring. So for you and me, so I'll just switch off for now. I'll see you in a minute. Man, what? Alright, it's a bit sunnier now. I've decided to turn back. I had a look at and you know what? If you're walking this track and you're tempted to grab a hold of something to break your fall, just fall. Don't go grabbing a hold of it, because more than likely than not, it is going to have some really nasty spikes. In fact, I guarantee it. I mean, have a look at that. That's just, this shit's everywhere. It's called, well, it's actually a palm. Yeah, this sort of palmy, sort of viney sort of thing. Called wait a while. Sorry. And it is a fucking menace, let me tell you. Fuck, I'm trying to get the shoulder strap right. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Ow. Oh, I've got some, yeah. There you go. Got one on my hat there. So, I've been trying out this silly looking thing. The Mountain Designs Tumba. It's, it does look really silly. But, it works really well in keeping the let's stop, do this buckle up. Keep the sun off your neck, back of your neck, and your head. Yeah, like I was saying, pretty much everything. I've been hit by weight a while now, or some variant of it, something similar to it, so many times now, I've lost count. The sun's really out now, so it's a bit brighter. It was really overcast before, and something's chewing on my shoulder. Bugger it. So I've been just got hit by weight on both hands. It just wants you to wait a while. Hold on there. Where are you going, fella? And there's that, which is the sort of like the base, the main trunk. And it's horrible. You accidentally go grabbing that, you're gonna know about it. You're gonna be in a whole world of hurt, as old Jesse Ventura would say. Yeah, so why on earth? I mean, I don't really understand why it's got all those spikes on it. Because if a bug wants to chew on it, it's going to just chew around the spikes and eat it. Yeah, obviously animals aren't going to eat it, but you know, why you could just have spikes just pointing straight out, not hooked like that, you know, pointing in the opposite direction. It will really tear at you. It's just like, I don't know, if intelligent design is correct, then God was really in a shit mood when he invented weight a while. So yeah, when he thought that one up. A lot of diggings. You can see that. Tons of diggings. I'm assuming pigs. I can't really think of anything else that would be digging that much. Probably grubs. Probably after grubs. Pigs being what they are, true omnivore, they will literally eat anything. So I'm actually sort of disappointed that I'm turning back, but I don't want to overexert myself, because I'm sort of really operating on one arm, my left arm. It's not useless, but it is sort of tender where I got the injection, so it's not 100%. That's no excuse. I'm just being a wimp. Disregard what I just said there. Yeah, but well, I've only got one pole, so yeah, I'm only operating on one arm in that regard. Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow I'll do the lawn and clean house. On Saturday, well, I won't tell you what I'm going to do on Saturday, but I'll be going towards Townsville, so I'll pop in to the usual spot where I go for climbing. Actually, I might have a look around, see who's got the better climbing poles, and yeah, because I'm gonna need them, because I can't wait for Boxing Day sale. It's too far away, so because I intend to walk this pretty soon, all the way to the lake, not the lake, the dam. Pulling the dam, and overnight do a little bit of fishing, see if I can catch dinner instead of carrying it, and then walk back, and then I'll probably be heading up to the Tablelands. So I'll miss out on Boxing Day sale, although they're usually bullshit anyway. I got friggin' lost here. No, it's pretty hard to get lost in this track. This track is actually better marked than the Dalrymple Gap track, which is surprising because Dalrymple Gap track is supposed to be maintained by Queensland Parks, and this one is just privately maintained, but it's a hell of a lot better. There, it's much better marked, much more frequently marked. Oh man, having trouble. It is like, I say this is actually harder. Well, thus far anyway, so about 1/3, 2/5 of the way that I went, it's actually a harder track than the Dalrymple Gap track. It really is. Just the right way. Yeah. Yeah. Just like with the Dalrymple Gap track, you've got spots where you are essentially like walking along creek beds and things like that, and you got some you got to break from the inclines and declines and the vegetation, horrible vegetation. Well, there's more way to wire. It's hanging over there. It's hanging over the track. You can't miss it. Ow, man! Just hurt my shin. Like you go to brush past a palm and you get caught up with hooks. It's just really unfriendly. Yeah, this track is hard. If you're not fit, and I'm not fit at the moment, but there's a constant level of fitness that I seem to maintain. I can like my legs aren't giving me a hard time at all. But if you're like seriously unfit and or you're not sure of foot, or you've got some sort of walking impediment, you know, don't try this track. It's just getting up here to the start of the track was a mission. You know, driving the vehicle up that track. I don't know if I'll be able to film. Well, I don't really want to. Well, I don't know if I'll be able to film. I'll try and film going down in the car, show you just how bad it is compared to last time. Like last time, it was nowhere near as bad as that. It's really, really rutted, and considering just the angle of ascent and descent, it's pretty dodgy, pretty dangerous. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have a capable vehicle, do not try it. Like one of the service guys was actually saying that he was struggling. His vehicle was, the wheels were slipping. Now I'm assuming he doesn't have, well, one thing, he doesn't have control, which the limited slip differential on the back on the patrols is exceptional. In fact, most people in the know say don't bother getting a diff locker for the rear. Totally unnecessary with the patrol, and they're right. I had no problems getting up. It's actually more precarious going down that track, and you will see. But it was so rough that like my my CB handset came off. Very, very rarely that comes off the hook. That popped off the hook. My phone popped out of the tolder. Everything in the back had slid to the door. Yeah, that's a serious incline and a serious climb. I'm so glad I got that car. It's a machine. Probably the only thing I've got to do to it is put a 3-inch straight through system on it, then a front diff locker. That's all it'll need, you know, like really. Alright, my left knee's starting to get a bit sore, so I'm going to stop talking, and I'll speak to you when I get back to the car. See ya.
Yeah, alright, here we go. This is a serious full drive track, no doubt about it. I just spoke to one of the paragliders who just come up, and I said to him, is there anyone else coming up? And he said, no, not that I'm aware of. I was like, oh, I hope I don't meet anyone there on the way down, because there's not a whole lot of places to pass. There is a few, it's not that bad, but if you come upon someone coming the other way in the wrong spot, yeah, it's going to be he's going to be going reverse down, because there's no way. Well, you can reverse up, but I mean, have a look how steep that is. I don't think that's 45 degrees. Quite seriously, that's a 45 degree slope that I'm heading down. Luckily, that's paved, but that's it. That's the only bit. I don't know how that little bit ended up getting paved right there, but this is a serious four-wheel drive track. I did actually say to him, if I had known that it was this rough in this condition before I started coming up, I wouldn't have driven up. I would have actually hiked up. But like I said to him, once you start, you're committed. So this must have been where the other guy was slipping on the way up, which is not surprising, because man, there's just loose rocks and dirt everywhere there. Yeah, this is a bit of a mission. Again, definitely not for the faint of heart when it comes to driving. I don't claim to be much of a four-wheel drive enthusiast or a full off-road driver, but so every time I do something like this, it's a learning experience, that's for sure. This is the I don't know. Yeah, it is. This is the roughest track that I've taken the old girl on, I'd say. That forestry road track, it got pretty bad, but nothing like this. This is on another level. The way it's totally washed out and rutted out. There. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you really got to pick your line, because the verges, you can't always get onto the verge if you want to miss a rock or a rut or something, because there might not be anything there. There might not be any support there, so I'm almost down. So happy, joy. But yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think I'm going to drive up when I do the overnighter. I don't think. This track's way too dodgy. Although I think if I hike up there with a pack that weighs 15 kilos, yeah, I'll probably be thinking twice about having hiked up, because it's a serious, if you hike up, yeah, you're pretty well spent. I need an hour just to recover. This is really bad here. And you've got it on one side, you've got a drop off, so it's not it is rough. I've actually got the phone, this end of the phone resting on the dash, otherwise it'd just pop out of the holder. It's that rough. Man. don't know if you really get a good sense of just how rough that track is by that, but it's rough. So I'm just going to pull over here and put it in a two-wheel drive somewhere where a person can pass me.